Morning, everyone. It is day 396 of Walk America. Sorry. And I'm in Delaware now. So, welcome to Delaware. It's pretty nice out here, actually. Just woke up. I'm right on the Atlantic Ocean. I've been walking up these barrier islands for the last couple days as I left Maryland and entered Delaware. And I'm going to keep rolling up. Probably today will be like the last day where I'm on this really thin strip of land. Anyway, so finding a place to sleep by camping was kind of tough-ish. But I thought I found like this road, and I thought it was just like a power transformer station. You see that way at the end? So I thought nobody would care. But I was woken up at 2:43 in the morning by a couple rangers. And they told me that this is actually state park land. There's been a lot of them as soon as I got into Delaware, so I guess I should have seen that coming. And then they saw my cart, which is right there. That's where I camped. So they saw it and they're like, "Oh, you're making YouTube videos and stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, sometimes. I'm walking across the country. Been doing it for a while now." And the guy starts laughing. Goes, "Oh, you must be the guy my mom is following on Facebook and she told me to look out for you." Like, see if he could find me. So I thought that was pretty good. And then he goes, "Nobody else is down here." He's like, "We'll leave you alone." The state park does have designated camping grounds, which, I probably would have taken advantage of if I was kind of in a bind. I don't usually like to pay for stuff because I've been walking for almost 400 days and I don't make money. And even if it was like $10 camping a night, that's like $4,000. So that's why I try to sleep for free as often as I can. But if I was in a bind, couldn't find anywhere, and I was like next to a camping spot, I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, $10 I can do it the one time." But it's still a few miles down the road, and by the time I found this place, it was dark. Which is not like the worst thing in the world, except for cars can't see me, and it's fairly unsafe. They drift towards you a lot, and then they jerk their wheel as soon as they end up seeing me. I headed to Rehoboth today, Maryland. Someone commented last night on one of my posts, because they helped me realize that in Maryland, I didn't sleep in my tent once. I just had people invite me to stay at their houses. Someone got a hotel for me last night. Not like what I just woke up from, but the night before that, when I was in Ocean City, Maryland. The only other state I can think of that might have happened was Oklahoma. And that's only because I walked through the Panhandle. So I can't remember if I slept in Oklahoma more than one night. But if it was only the one night, I do remember that a gentleman named Craig let me stay at his house. And he took me to the local high school basketball game that night with he and his wife. Because real small town, so that's sort of like what everybody did. It was awesome. And his house was a Sears home. Like back in the day, you could buy a Sears catalog home. And he bought his house. Someone else bought it, and he bought it and had it moved to his property. But yeah, you could buy a home from Sears, the catalog, and they would ship you every nail, every board you needed to build this kit house, and it's pretty big. Bigger than you'd think. Anyway. Cool stuff. In fact, tonight is the first time I've slept in a tent for probably about 2 weeks. I've just hit this real friendly stretch, and Facebook has sort of taken off a little bit, so everybody knew I was coming ahead of time, and they were like, "Yeah," and it became like a popular thing almost to like host me. It was awesome. So last night when I was swatting all these gnats that were flying in my ears all the time, I'll admit I was like, "Oh, this is so much worse than it's been." But there was like that sense of adventure that had returned, and I could hear the crickets, and I could hear the cars in the distance, and I could feel the dew starting to settle as I tried to fall asleep, and I liked that too. Anyway, that's the update for today. Delaware is my 20th state. I'm now at about 7,145-ish miles or so. I could tell you the number, but I think it's right around there. And Delaware is the second smallest state in the country, so I shouldn't be in here for too long either. I think there's about 100 miles left to go until I hit Pennsylvania. And then I'm going to cut across into New Jersey, and then New York, and then Massachusetts, Rhode Island, no, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. It does feel crazy that it's sort of coming to a close. But it's still got a while. I mean, more than a month for sure. So it's not like it's the last week or anything. And I've been going a lot slower. With all the stuff that's been happening on Facebook, I post a lot there on these days, like 5 or 6 times a day. But it seems to be doing well. People like it. But that does take quite a bit of effort to like think of the story, always be taking pictures so you can craft the story. And then talking to as many people as possible, accepting as many invitations as possible. Like people have invited me to tour their farms, their wood mills, their restaurants. Some guy asked me if I wanted to learn how to fly an RC airplane. I haven't been able to take up all those invitations because some of them I had already passed by the time they reached out by like a few miles. So we're gonna see if this guy's gonna interrupt my video, which it looks like he might be. And this is just a single shot upload or take and release kind of a video. So welcome to Delaware. I'll keep you guys updated again soon. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff. Bye bye.